Rochelle White, you are the first one today. Good morning. Joshua Hedrick, Daniel Asenga, Shegun Fatumo, Winifred Akpan, Mayowa, Pearl David, Lola Shorunke, Mashu Esong, Anu Ojo, Omonike, Oshuko, Jide Craig, Shegun Lawal, Nkiro Jimadu, Eric Lindu, Pearl David, Jennifer Wright, Gladys Nshang, Fumi Jaboda, Bamishaye Victor, hi, Usheshuku Amadi, Fumi Shola Lamodi, Daniel Oshoma. Well, as you are coming in, guys, let's also go and Veronica Fumi Brown. You know, Veronica Fumi Brown. I remember there used to be a Fumi in Moscow, but I just lost it. It's been many years now. If you could remind me of who you are, maybe you could remind me of who you know. Maybe you know my brother, Taiwo Adelaja. Anyway, so please, let's go and share the link. Let's go share the link to this program. You have the share button under your video. You have the share button under your video. Let's go share it. Let's go share the link. Maybe write some comments. Okay. If you have shared the link, then we'll be ready to go. If you have shared the link, here we go. We're moving on with the teaching on the consequences or the effect of lack of a father on the children. The effects of lack of a father on children. When children grow up without a father, both for the boys or for the men and for the girls. So for all this week, I've been talking about the effects of growing up without a father. Shigo, you want to wear a man's jacket? This is a man's jacket now. If you need it, I'm going to give it to you. Why not? With all pleasure. Just arrange it. How do I pass it across to you? So, what I'm saying is that, okay, good. What I'm saying is that there are consequences, and not always good consequences, of course, If there are consequences, they are bad consequences and effects in the life of children who grow up without a father. So, we have spoken, and thank God we finished talking about boys who grow up without a father. Now we're going to talk about girls who grow up without a father. So, behavioral patterns of girls who grow up without a father. Behavioral patterns of girls who grow up without a father. There are two categories of girls as well. Just like with the boys, there are two categories. And if you have been listening to me every day, you probably know by now that I think you should already know by yourself these categories, because these categories are similar to those of the boys, of the men. For the ladies, they also have two categories. There are two categories of ladies who grow up without a father. The first category is the active and aggressive ladies. The active and aggressive girls who grow up without fathers, probably because, and they are active and aggressive because they are more extrovert. They are more extrovert, so they are more outgoing. They are more sociable, and they respond more to outward effect, and they also release their frustration and their feelings more outwardly rather than inwardly. So these girls are the active, more proactive, aggressive girls. And what happens when such girls grow up without a father? So that's what we'll be talking about today. Then maybe tomorrow I will talk about, today is Saturday, okay. I have to finish it tomorrow, all right. I will talk about what happens with the other category of girls, the girls who grow up with, maybe I will just be interchanging them. I will probably be talking about the two of them at the same time so that I could finish on time, because I want to finish tomorrow. Then on Monday, start a new series for the women. On Monday, I will start a new series. But before then, so there are two categories of girls who grow up without a father. The first category are the active girls. They are more aggressive girls, just like with the boys. And also with the boys, then we have the passive girls. The passive girls, the more withdrawn and passive girls. It's also like baby girl. I mean, mama baby, mama girl. Yeah, so these two categories of girls, I will be interchanging them, okay? Now, what happens is that a father needs to come to be in the family to bring affirmation to the girls. A father needs to be in the family to bring confidence to the girl. A father is needed in the family to bring assurance to the girl. A father is needed in the family to fill the voidness in the heart of the girl, in the mind of the girl, that she's important or she's not important. So a man allows a father, a real father, instill in the girls the confidence that she's okay, that she's fine, that she's accepted, that she's loved, and that she's cared for. So a father is needed to assure the girl that she's beautiful. And if a father is there to assure the girl that she's beautiful, even when she had not realized that she's a woman or she's a girl, that does something for the girl, because then she begins to value herself and she begins to see herself from the way the father is seeing her, that she's valuable, she's beautiful, not because of what she has or who she is outside, but she knows that she's already beautiful and she's already affirmed, she's already assured, she's already valuable. So she would not have the need to look for that that value and that affirmation outside from other men. So that's why a man, because if it's only a woman that is bringing up the girls, and the woman can tell her, I love you, you are a woman. But in the mind of the girl is thinking, but you are the same as me, you know. But so when a man who is the opposite of the mother, a man is not looking exactly like the mother. A man is different. And when she has never been used to the attention of a man, and a man has not affirmed her and affirmed her uniqueness and her beauty and her value, and only her mother has been telling her that. So when a man begins to pay her attention, she gets carried away by that because she's not used to that. She's not used to a man affirming her value and letting her know how beautiful and how valuable she is by herself, even without becoming a woman yet, without all the maturity and puberty of the woman. So, so a girl needs a father to be there to cover her, and to cover her. What that gives a girl is that it gives her protection. She's more at peace. If a girl is not covered by a father, she's always agitated and she's always comprehensive. She's always comprehensive about how she looks because of the mixed emotions in the girls, and because the girl is always concerned and troubled if she's okay or not, and you know, she wants somebody to be there to assure her that she's okay, to confirm her. So the father, you know, who is present, not just a man who is present physically in the house, that is not enough. But a man must be there as a father. He must act as a father. He must play his role as a father. So when a father comes and brings protection and covering to the girl doesn't need to look for anything. The girl doesn't need to begin to be anxious and comprehensive and be looking at outside of somebody. She's not in a search for who should confirm her or what her value is and how valuable she is, or if she's not valuable. But when a father is there, father gives her protection, father gives her affirmation, father confirms to her that she's fine the way she is, that she's accepted the way she is, that she's valuable the way she is, that she's unique the way she is. So, you know, that thing does something in the heart of the girls. That brings the girl the assurance that I'm okay. That makes her to accept herself. And it is very important for a girl to accept herself before she becomes grown up, before she becomes an adolescent, or before she becomes an adult. And she needs to accept herself, and she needs to be at peace with herself. And a father can help to bring her that peace with herself, because the father is there to affirm her, to support her, and to make her know and be sure that there is nothing that she lacks, that everything is okay with her. Now, one of the reasons why that is important is because you know that the whole world around us is going to be telling her the truth, going to be telling her lies later on, and the whole world is going to be convincing her that she is not who she is. The whole world will later be telling her that she is what she looks like, but not who she is really. And the whole world system, men, even girls, and even television, movies, everything will go after her to convince her otherwise. And they will be telling her that her value is dependent on how she looks. They will be telling her and pointing her to her looks. They'll be pointing her to her breasts, to her legs, to her size, and all kind of things to try to convince the girl to believe that that is who she is. And if that kind of a girl did not get the affirmation that she needed, if that kind of a girl did not get the assurance of her personality and who she is, if she does not know her value from when she was growing up in the house, and if somebody has not been there for her to establish her in her worth, in her value, in her self-esteem, almost 95% of women in the world, 90 to 95% of women in the world, they get carried away by the deception of the world. by the fact that, no, I'm talking about Western world and developing world now, maybe not Islamic world. But they get carried, maybe the same thing there, but they get carried away by the fact that they are who they look like, and that it is their body that determines their worth. And for that not to happen, a father needed to be in the family to be telling that girl that she is valuable without, because a father is not looking at her body. A father is not looking at, all the things that the world will be looking at what the men are looking at. So the girl needs affirmation by a man that does not assess her by her body. Every girl needs affirmation from a father who is also a man to affirm her and to tell her how valuable she is for herself, for who she is. Every baby girl needs a man or a father who is in her life that is telling her of her worth, of her beauty, of her value, not looking at her as a girl, as a woman, or not looking at her body, but telling her she's beautiful. So one of the things that a father does in the house and how it brings that affirmation and acceptance to the girl is to let the girl know that she's beautiful. So the father is, making the girl to know that you are beautiful because of who you are. You are beautiful because you are Clara. You are beautiful because you are Angela. You are beautiful just by yourself. You are just beautiful because of you. So a father is not pointing to the body to use the body to convince her she's beautiful, but the father is telling her she's beautiful because of who she is by herself, because of her own worth. But and that is what makes her to accept herself. That is what makes her to be aware of who she is rather than what her body is. And so when the father is there, that is always telling her and convincing her and affirming her worth, her beauty, and her value in herself, by herself, that makes her to accept herself and to get used to the fact that she is who she is. It's not her body that defines her. It's not her look that defines her. And it's not her cosmetics that define her. That she is who she is. And when she is able to accept herself that way, she comes over and above the pressure of being accepted by how she looks, and she will not begin to define herself by her body. She will not use the size of her breast to define herself. She will not use the size of her weight to define herself. She will not use the size of her legs to define herself. She will define herself as a human being, as who she is, because she has been used to that kind of definition from her father and her mother, and she knows who she is. Now, unfortunately, there are some girls and some women, some mothers, who are not helping matters also. There are some women who, instead of helping the girl to identify herself by her personality, by her true self inside, they begin to, there are women, there are mothers that only tell their daughters, oh, you are beautiful today, oh, look how beautiful you are, oh, you are dressed, oh, they only emphasize her body, and they only emphasize how beautiful she is. When she's dressed, how she dresses, how she wears, how she does her makeup, how she does, she wears her dress. There are some, even mothers, that the only thing, oh, you are the most beautiful girl, most beautiful. So the only thing that girl knows or remembers about herself is just beauty, beauty, beauty. So when she grows up, the only thing she's thinking is for somebody to tell her she's beautiful. The only thing that she wants is that she's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So the mothers sometimes make things worse by making the girl to think that life is all about if I'm beautiful or I'm not beautiful. And so all our attention, all our focus are all on her look, on how beautiful she is, and things like that. So fathers and mothers are supposed to help the lady to see some other values that make up who she is rather than her body. They should help her to discover that she's smart. So, like, for example, in families where fathers and mothers talking about mind, that you are wise, you are smart. Those kind of girls, for example, they grow up differently because they grow up focusing on studying, on working hard, rather than they growing up to focus on their body and just want to be beautiful and things like that. But apart from apart from telling a child that she should be smart and wise, I think the father should also emphasize to the girl the value of her pursuing a vision. And this is where the fathers are good. Fathers are purpose driven. Fathers are goal oriented normally. So a father is needed in the family to bring that dimension to the life of the child, to make the girl know that she's not just about beauty, she's not just about cosmetics, she's not just about dressing, that her life should not just stop about and around those things. And the father is supposed to tell the girl that you have to have a goal in life. You have to have a purpose. You are created for something. Let's pursue it. Look for your purpose. Pursue your agenda. Become somebody in life. Look for who you want to become. Discover your gift and develop yourself. Build up character. So all those things that emphasize, if those other things, those other values are emphasized in the life of the girl, then the girl is not just focused on her look. The girl is not just focused on her beauty. The girl is not just focused on her body. She's not just using her body to assess her, and her body is not the only thing she has. Because she's been taught and she's been affirmed in the fact that she has to be smart. So apart from her body, she is working on her mind as well. Then when a girl is also been established and been encouraged and been told and been grown up and brought up with the value system that she must work hard, then she doesn't have too much time to just focus on her body and be using her body to define herself. She begins to work hard as well. So apart from body, she's working on her mind. She's smart. And apart from that, she's also working hard. So these values and these value systems are some of the things that fathers bring to the life of the young girl when she's still young. And the other things that the girl is supposed to know while she's young is that she's created for a purpose here on earth. And a father is supposed to bring that and bring that understanding to the girl that you are here for a purpose. You have a gift. You have a calling. God wants you to establish that. And that makes her to be more focused on the right things in life. That makes her to have her head in the right place. And that does not give room for her to receive the lies and the deceptions that will be coming from TV, from the world around her, that is going to be telling her to just be looking at herself, at her body, and to define herself by how she looks and her size and all those kind of things. But when she's, the right value system, the right affirmations, the right foundations and pillars are brought into the life of the girl, when she's small, she will grow up healthy. Such girls will grow up much more healthy. They will grow up much more balanced, and they have the right perspective and the right attitude to life. Now, so what happens when a girl grows up without a father? And this is, these are those things I've said that the father does it for all girls. Now, the consequences of growing up without a father is that it differs, because if the girl is more choleric or sanguine, then she's more active and she's more proactive and aggressive. Then, so I'm going to give you some of the characteristics of what happens to a girl that is more extrovert and that is more aggressive, that is more active, that is more outward oriented, that is more social. So how does the absence of a father influence such a girl? How does the absence of a father influence such a girl? That if she's active and aggressive and fast and quick, what are the patterns of behavior that we see in the life of such girls? Now, the thing that we see in these girls is that because they did not have the affirmation of a father, and because they did not have the covering of a father, these kind of girls, they on the subconscious level, they look for a father. They keep on looking for the father they never had all their lives. Like I said, a father might be there in the family. A father might be there in name, but a father might not be there in function, in presence, in active presence. So a father might be there in the physical, but he might not act, he might not function as a father. So it's still the same consequences. So the girl still feel it. And the girl knows that because she was never given that affirmation, and because she was never given, that covering. So she's not feeling fulfilled inside. She's not feeling as if she's equipped from inside. So there is a void. And if any girl grows up without the father attention, she's left with that emptiness and that void in her heart. She's having a void and emptiness that is making her to want to look for that affirmation every day of her life. She's looking for that affirmation. She's having, those kind of girls will have low self-esteem, and she's thinking that there is something missing in her. And that is why those kind of girls will begin to think and believe not that it is marriage that is that they have to be married, and marriage is that they need a man. They are looking for a man because they are thinking it is marriage that will give them what they need. There are a lot of women that believe that the purpose of life is marriage. There are a lot of women that believe that, especially before they are married and before they have gotten disappointed, they think that the purpose of living, the reason why they live, is to marry and to have children. And the society is deceiving them as well like that. And of course, the voidness that they have also is making them to believe that they are only alive to marry and they are only alive to have children. That is the meaning. That is the meaning. So these people, they don't even know. They've not been told. They've never been told that they are here created by God to fulfill the purpose of God for their lives. That they have a purpose. That there is something that God created them for. And that is the purpose that they were sent here for, to fulfill. And, marriage and children is just a side addition. It's just the dessert to life, if that is necessary. But it's not compulsory for everybody. But these kind of girls that they didn't have a father, because they are feeling that they need affirmation, they need acceptance. So a girl will keep on looking for acceptance. That acceptance that the father is supposed to give her, that acceptance that the father is supposed to, was supposed to have given her when she was small. That acceptance is not there, and she's feeling it, that she's missing it. So she's always busy trying to impress people and trying to make herself to be accepted. She's trying to make herself to be accepted by elderly people and by men. So unfortunately, a lot of these girls, and they want to be accepted, so they fall into the hand of men. And the reason they fall into the hand of men is not because they want sex, but the girls are basically looking for acceptance, but men think that they are looking for sex. But that is actually not what the girls are after. They are not thinking of sex. They are thinking of attention. They want to be given attention that like they needed, like the attention they did not have when they were in the family. So a girl might dress openly and open herself up and wear some dress that are provocative. And the thing she's trying to do is to say, pay attention to me. She wants to hear things like, am I beautiful? Because she didn't hear that from a man when she's there. But she's just using her body as an instrument of attraction so that the man will notice her But what she really wants is not that her body. She's just using her body to call your attention to her. But what she really needs is for you to notice her, because nobody has noticed her inside, who she is. And most of those girls, even the prostitutes, they get disappointed and say that no, people just see my body, people don't see me. So, but girls are more interested that you see them, that you see who they are. So when she's opening her body and she's dressing provocatively, she's doing that in the hope that maybe you will see her and you will notice her inside person, the person who is inside of her, and then you begin to now pay attention to that person that is inside of her, and you begin to love her and accept her like she is, just like that little girl, 2 years old, 5 years old, 3-year-old baby girl in the family that wants to do everything for the parents to notice her. The same way these adults now, who are now adults, they are using their leverage. And her leverage now is her body. And she knows that men like the body, men like to see the body. But she's not opening her body for her to come and have sex with you. So men, unfortunately, always misunderstand that. Men don't understand the communication, the invisible communication of the girls. That the girl is not actually looking for sex per se, she's looking for attention. And she's just using her body it's like a vitrine, like a vitrine, or what they call, like a showcase, like a showcase, like a display, like an exhibition. So she's using her body as a leverage to attract your attention, like a display. So she's displaying so that you will see her, but she's not saying that you should come and sleep with her or something, but she wants you to look inside the person that is in her. She wants you to notice her personality, herself, and for you to accept her of who she is and for who she is. So in fact, even when the girls are sleeping, most of the times the girls who are agreed to sleep with the man because they know that the man is asking for that, or they even use the sex as an attraction to. She's thinking, if I give him the sex, then it will pay attention to me, to who I am, to myself. So she might. So now things have become so bad that the girls sometimes they just go up front and begin to offer you sex. And the reason they are offering you sex is not just for their own side. It's not because that will give them total satisfaction. No. That will not give them total satisfaction. That will only give them physical satisfaction. But no woman is ever satisfied with physical satisfaction alone. For even in that sex, for her to be satisfied physically, she needed to first of all be ministered to on a personal level. She needed to be paid attention. She needed to be accepted. She needed to be romanced. She needed to be cared for. She needed to be loved. For a woman, she is more in need of love, of acceptance, of covering than sex. So even when she's giving sex, she's doing that with the hope that now this man, since I've fulfilled his need, since I've given him what he needs, he will now look back and pay attention to me. He will now look back and treat me like I wanted him to treat me. He will now give me the attention that I need. So when a woman allows you to sleep with her, she's now expecting you to spend time with her. Why is she asking you to spend time with her? Because that's what she needed initially. It was not the sex she needed. It was that spending of time she needed. And that spending of time, the way it was supposed to be, is for you to have done that before the sex. She would have, it is normal for you to have given her much of your time, to give her much of that attention before sex even comes to the table. To the topic. Because it is that attention that she needed from her father. It is that spending time with her that really communicates love to her on a deeper level than her body. Sex for her, maybe some women, of course, they have become so confused. They don't even know the difference. But this is what happened. The girl needs the father's protection. The girl needs the father's acceptance. And so So they keep on looking for that attention of in a man, and like I said, they are looking at the man to accept her, to love her, to cover her, and to be there for her as a protection. That's why even when it comes to marriage, a woman is not looking for. A woman is not just looking for a husband. A woman is first of all looking for a father. So every husband must first of all strive to give the woman covering like a father would give. Every husband is supposed to give the woman love, covering, and acceptance like she needed. So the acceptance, the covering is more important for her than just you calling yourself husband or sleeping with her. The protection a woman gets in the family, the covering a woman gets in that from her father, from her husband, the covering, the protection, the acceptance, the attention, that is the most important thing for a woman. Then, of course, the children, but before the children come, she still needs that. But even after the children come, she still needs that also. So, in the case of active girls, active girls, because they are very active, they go out to look for those men. It is the active girls that you see in the streets, most likely, who become prostitutes. It is the active girls who go and dress provocatively, promiscuously. It is the active girls who, they are more outgoing, they are more desperate, and they are more expressive in the outward. So they are the ones who leave home. They want to leave home. They want to run away from home. They want to, feel that covering, and they will get that covering from somewhere. They will find a way to get the covering that they need. So they will go and find a man. They will find a way to get the man's attention. And even when they are looking for a man's attention, a woman can even be, calling you and appealing to you, but really, if a man is matured, a man is supposed to know that what she needs is really a father. What she needs is really a covering, not a sex partner. But unfortunately, the men, being who the men are, the men don't have feelings. All those feelings that the women have, the men don't have them. The men only have one feeling. Two feelings. The feeling of pride, of hunger, and the feeling of sex. So when a man unfortunately sees a woman that is looking on his side, he just thinks that she wants sex, because at least she's not bringing food to him to eat, so it's not food for sure. So it means it's sex. So everything that comes to the mind of the man is just sex, unfortunately. So most of those men just take advantage of ladies like that. And it is important for ladies to also know why men are like that. I hear a lot of women say the only thing in the head of the men is sex. Well, that's just the way they are. That's the way they are built. And the woman most of the time will get disappointed, because she is looking for attention, she is looking for covering, she is looking for a pillar, she is looking for a foundation, she is looking for a father, and he is just thinking about sex. And so she gets disappointed, she gets angry, and because she begins to feel that she's being used, and because she's beginning to feel that she's giving herself out, but she's not collecting anything in return. She's not collecting, and she's not getting the attention that she needs. She's not getting the care that she needs. She's not getting the time that she needs. She's not getting the covering that she needs. That is for the active girls. The active girls go out and proactively discover what they need and go for what they need, and negotiate themselves out, and they get what they need. Of course, the consequences is that those kind of girls get used. Those kind of girls get dominated by the men. Not like dominated, but used by the men. Those kind of girls, people take advantage of them. People use them. People just, they use them to do a lot of bad things. First of all, they lose their virginity fast and quickly. The active girls, they are compromised because they want to do anything to be able to get that attention. So they copy people who do bad things easily. They copy the people who smoke. So those kind of girls might end up smoking or drinking. But those kind of girls are the girls that will lead the way to have boyfriends and girlfriends and things like that, because they just want that acceptance and that attention from the men. And really, it is a father they are looking for, not a man. And they think when they marry, and if they will marry, that everything will be okay, that their joy and their something is in marriage. But really, it's actually in feeling the emptiness that is in them. Now, let's talk about the passive girls now. The passive girls are a little bit different. The passive girls, even though they also have the emptiness in them, the more passive girls, they are empty inside and they feel that emptiness. They feel that there is something that they are missing. They feel that they need a father as well. They need a man's attention. But they are shy. They are shy about it. And because they are shy about it, they are well-behaved girls. Well-behaved girls, normally smart girls, they could be smart, but they are obedient girls, and they are not so proactive to expose themselves, to reveal their bodies or something like that. But they are more withdrawn, but they could suffer from depression. And it's easier to also take advantage of them because they are more withdrawn. They are not doing all the lousy things and all the noisy things other people are doing. They are, more pitiful kind of. And so it is easy for predators, people who want to take advantage of such girls, to go and pay attention to them and take advantage of them. And the problem is that, unfortunately, those kind of passive girls they are submissive, they are passive, and they are the ones that become victims in the hand of the aggressive boys. It is normally the opposite. The aggressive boys don't want to marry the aggressive girls. Aggressive boys normally look for passive, withdrawn, submissive ladies. And, they are normally drawn to each other. The aggressive boys are drawn to the passive, withdrawn ladies. And the passive, withdrawn ladies are always looking and dreaming of a strong and strong man. They are always dreaming of a strong man, of an active man, proactive man, and she's always dreaming of a man like that. By the way, if you have not yet copied this, if you have not yet shared the link of this message, please go ahead and share it, because this might help a lot of people. So let's go ahead and look for a share button and share the link to this message. Let's go and share. Let's go and share the link. So the aggressive boys are attracted to the passive, withdrawn, quiet girls. Why the aggressive ladies end up marrying the quiet men, the baby mother, or what they call them, mama boy, or mommy boys. They attract, or the opposite attract each other. So now, it is important that these girls who grow up without a father, that they have a father figure, maybe in their brothers or in their uncles or in their, maybe a senior lady who is like a pastor or a mentor, or a pastor, or a man who is elderly, who is more like a spiritual father to them. Because girls who grow up without their father, they have a tendency of behaving in such a way that 98% of men misunderstand them. 98% of men misunderstand the intention of the ladies. 98% of men misunderstand the thing that the lady is trying to say. For example, if you go and if a man goes towards, any man goes to talk to a girl like that grew up without a father, she's always more ecstatic, more happy, more expressive. Hello, everything. And because of that, men think that because she has opened up like that, and because she's expressive, and because she's normally very happy at the attention of men, because she's normally excited that a man is moving towards her, is coming towards her, because she's trying to, even if she's not dressed openly or promiscuously, but even just because the man is coming to her, or the man is paying attention to her, she's opening herself up, and she's, trying to smile, or to be kind, or to be, to open, to just be very, to behave very openly towards the man. And that openness that she demonstrates toward the men make the men to think that she wants them. It makes the men to think that she wants, even if she just smiles, or and the thing with the girls who grow up without father is that even when they are smiling with the opposite sex, they are smiling like they are too open. They are too open. They are open in such a way that it is clear that they are happy. It is clear that they want this. And when they want that attention, when they want that fellowship, the man is not thinking that she wants fellowship. The man is not thinking that she wants attention. The man is thinking that she wants him as a man. The man is thinking that she wants sex. But it's not sex she's thinking about, though. She just wants you to pay attention to her more, to fellowship with her more, to relate to her, to be there for her. But she is not actually thinking about sex. But the only thing the man will normally think about is that, she wants to have sex with me, or she's running after me. So these kind of ladies have to be careful to be more with, to be the way to be more careful the way they relate to men. And men will always misunderstand their languages. Men will always misunderstand their intention. And the same thing, when they dress well, when this kind of girls dress well, men also misunderstand that, because this kind of girls also have a tendency to dress in a way that makes themselves to be noticeable, because these kind of girls have a need to be noticed. They have a need to be noticed. So in everything, they try to do something to be noticed. But the ones that are active girls, they are the ones who jump up everywhere. They want to raise up their hands. They want to sing. They want to release the praise and worship. They want to, that's why those kind of girls are the ones who are active in church. They are the ones who go to church. They want to be the assistant to the pastors. They want to, go to the church and sing in the choir. They want to lead praise and worship. They want to, they are the active ones, because it's, even though they are in the church, and even though they are born again, and even though they are Christians already, but they still want to, to be noticed. They still want to, to be accepted. They still want to be, to receive that attention that they had lacked as little girls. So, but if they put all that under consciousness, the girls must be conscious that men don't interpret well their intention for friendship, or their willingness to get attention or to be fathered. Men don't interpret that well, and as a result, women should be more careful and discreet in their expression of their feelings and their emotions to the men. Otherwise, men will always misunderstand them. Men will always misunderstand them. And I'm going to say something now that some people might misunderstand, but I pray that you will not misunderstand what I'm about to say. This is the kind of thing that leads to rape. Most of the rape, 2/3 of all rapes that happen in the world, happen between people who already know each other. Maybe friends, or just schoolmates or workmates, or colleagues, people who are, or neighbors, people who already know each other. They rape the men rape the girls that they are already friendly, or they even boyfriend and girlfriend. And the reason is because men don't always interpret adequately, especially men who also didn't grow up with a father. men who also didn't have a father. So when they see a girl, they don't even know, have the idea of covering. They themselves don't have an idea of giving attention to the girl. They have an emptiness themselves, and they also want to affirm themselves and prove that they are men too. They also want to demonstrate their heroism. They want to demonstrate the fact that they are tough and they are real men. And the way for them to do that is for them, the way they know to do that is for them to be conquerors, to be adventurers, to be hunters, to just to subdue, to conquer. So when the girls open up like that, and they what they think, they sincerely think in their mind is that the girl wants, and that since the girl wants, so they want to take it. And because they are seeing the girl smiling, or the girl, and the problem also with this kind of girls, especially the second category of girls, the more quiet girls, it is difficult for the girls who grow up without a father, the second category, the more quiet girls, it is difficult for them to say no. That is one of the problems of the people who grow up without father. Both of them, but the active ones also, but the active ones sometimes you could just say no, and but the quiet ones, they find it more difficult to say no. So because these girls are finding it difficult to say no or to run away, but with the case of the passive girls, they don't know how to say no, number one. Number two, the passive girls also they have attachment easily. They have soul attachment, and they want to please others. So the desire to please and to make other people happy, and even though maybe the boy had done something, or is doing something they don't like, but because they have that need for attachment and that need for recognition, even though they don't like what they are seeing, but they are still going to they are still attracted to the boy. They are still going to the boy anyway, because they have seen little attention from the boy. They become dependent, and they want to please the guy, even though they don't like what's going on. So when the guy now begins to offer them sex, they don't understand. I mean, the girls begin to say no. Or both active girls and withdrawn girls begin to say no, because that's not what they were looking for. But what happened? Let me tell you now what happens in the mind of the boy. Okay, the girl will be saying, but we are just friends. But no, this is not what I don't want, because she is not after that. But the boy is thinking in his own mind that, what do you mean she's not that? No, she's just pretending. But she smiled at me yesterday. But she came to me, but she called me when I called her, but she called me back now. If she called me back, it means she wants me. If she smiled at me, it means of course she wants me. But she herself is the one who smiled. But she did this, So he begins to remember all the moves that she did, all the moves that she had done and she had given to attract him, all the good things, all the things that she had done to get his attention. But because getting his attention to him means sex, means she wants sex from me. So he begins to remember that and say, no, she's just pretending now. Or she wants me to show that I'm a man. She wants me to show that I am real. She wants me to show that I'm strong. So that's how men begin to demonstrate that they are strong, and it gets to rape most of the time. Now, I know there are a lot of cases of rape when men are just vicious, right? And when men are just wicked and vicious, and they just cannot control their hunger, their sexual hunger, and they go ahead and rape especially the people they don't know. That is in that case. But in the case of the people they know, that is the first situation, like I said. So 98% of men will misunderstand you. So it is very important for the woman to always make a point straight. If you want to be saved from sexual assault and sexual, offense from men, or sexual abuse from men, it is important for for the girls to always make their intention known, that you have to talk straight to to the man and tell her that no, tell him that you are not interested and that you are friends, and make everything clean and plain to the boy, because the only language the boy understand is sex. But the girls have to help him to understand that no, that's not what she's interested in, and she's not thinking about that at all. Now, another problem with such girls that grow up without a father is that they kind of easily forgive, so to say, because of their tendency to be dependent. Because of their tendency to be dependent, they, no matter how you offend them, they keep on forgiving you. They keep on unhealthily forgiving. For example, a man just finished beating a girl, and she will still go back, and he will go back and beg her, and she will just forgive him and receive him back. Or a girl in the family, a man has just abused you or beaten you, and then he wants to make love to you, he wants to have sex with you, and then the woman still agrees. So, but in the case of the withdrawn girls, it's even worse. She will even be the one to go and ask for forgiveness. She will even be the one to say she's at fault. She will even be the one to go and be looking for him. So those are some of the things that show that the girls have low self-esteem. Those are the things that show that the girl has not found herself. She's looking for attention. She's looking for acceptance. And another terrible thing with those girls is that the men can easily compromise them. The men, because of their low self-esteem, the men can tell the girl, for example, to do horrible things, and she will not know how to say no. She will not know how to resist it. Horrible things like this could happen, that the boy might ask her to go and carry drugs for him. And because of the so-called love, but it's not really love, but because she doesn't want him to leave her, and because she doesn't want to lose him, she might even go and do that. The girl will be ready to do anything just to get the attention of to keep the attention of the man that has paid attention to her. So if a man has paid attention to her and has accepted her, even if the man will be sexually abusing or insulting her, she will be patient, and she doesn't like it, she will be saying it, or she might even play along as if she likes it. And a lot of horrible things happen even in marriages, whereby girls with low self-esteem or girls without fathers, they endure horrible things. I have a situation in my church whereby this woman, because she's one of the quiet type, low self-esteem, withdrawn type, and she married this man who is a businessman. He's a good guy, but he is also without father. He's also, but he's a successful guy, millionaire, but, he never smoked, he never drank, he never had bad habits, but, he forced the lady to be doing all kind of horrible things. For example, he will go and get other men. He will just go to the street, give a man $200 and bring the man just across the street, or call a man, just call a driver, for example, and bring the man to the house and make the man sleep with the wife in his presence before he could sleep with her. And the woman, because of low self-esteem, she is crying and she's dying, but she had to endure that. She was enduring that, and she was accepting that because she's afraid of losing the husband. Because she's afraid of losing the husband. There was another situation whereby another guy, very wealthy guy, but very powerful, he was in the government here. He would go to the extent of going to hire escort girls, like, many girls, 10 girls, maybe 5, 10, 6 girls, and, make all of them to do orgy with the wife, including the wife. And the wife will allow all that in their house, and just for him not to leave him, just for him not to leave her. So all kind of compromises that women, even I heard that even in Nigeria, that there are some husbands that will send their wives to do prostitution just to bring money home. Like now, there is bad economic situation that women are doing prostitution right now en masse. They will leave children at home or with their mothers or with the husband. The husband will sit with the children, and the girl will go and be doing prostitution, and the man knows. Or maybe not prostitution, but I heard that there are a lot of women that work in banks and other places, and their husband know that they are prostituting themselves with their directors or their pastors or their whatever, and the man is just closing his eyes, and because these are cases where women don't want to lose the job, or women have so little self-esteem that they are not bold enough to just call it, to say to hell with this bank, to hell with this job, or to hell with this man, and just go ahead and do what they need to do. But because of lack of self-esteem, because of lack of a father, because they lack that affirmation, that acceptance, and because where they have been accepted, they are afraid of losing it. Wherever they have been affected, they are afraid of losing it, even though they are dying inside themselves. So that is what men are calling promiscuous, and that is what makes a lot of men to say women are prostitutes. But women are not prostitutes by nature. It is not their nature to be prostitutes. It is because they need that acceptance. So when I say women are not promiscuous by nature and that women are not prostitutes, even though they do it, but they are forced to do it. They are either forced to do it because there was no father, they are either forced to do it because they need a father, or they are forced to do it because they don't have any option. So women are victims. I would rather look at them as victims rather than calling them prostitutes. I would rather look at them as victims that we need to cover, that we need to protect. They are the weaker vessels that need our protection. They are the weaker vessels that need fatherly love from all men, from adult men. They are the weaker vessels that need acceptance from spiritual fathers, from pastors, from leaders, that will be able to give them protection, acceptance, cover their shame, be the covering for them, be the pillar for them, be the foundation for them, rather than putting them in such a vulnerable situation. Especially when they are coming from fatherless homes, they are so vulnerable, and because they are so vulnerable, they think, where should I go? I have a child growing up, I have children growing up. Where will I go? I need to feed my children, or I need to feed my family. I need to do this. So even though they don't want to do it, but they go, and step upon themselves of their value, and since they already have low self-esteem, they end up doing some horrible things that people don't expect. So unfortunately, this is how women become prostitutes or promiscuous women. But it's not their nature. It is against their nature. It is because of the thing they lacked as fathers, as from their fathers, things they lack from their homes, things that the affirmation they didn't have, the covering they didn't have, the acceptance they didn't have, and the support they didn't have, the recognition they didn't have, is what made them to become like that. And they become victims, and men just use them anyhow. And the problem with those even when women like this don't become prostitutes, let me tell you what happens. What happens is that a girl might not be a prostitute, but this happens to 65% of women. And let me tell you what happens to them. 65% of all women, they suffer from the hand of men. And I'm talking about the women who are from who grew up without fathers. These women who grow up without fathers, it doesn't matter, either they are active women or they are the withdrawn women, they are the passive women or they are the active women. What happens to them is this 65%. What happens to them is this. Because they are looking for attention from a man, They believe easily. They are easily deceived. And because they are easily deceived, they believe easily, they trust easily. It's easy for them to trust. They trust men normally because normally they will not get what they need from the men, because very few men know what it means to be a father, and very few men offer fatherhood. Very few men offer fatherly protection and act as the foundation. Only very few men. And because these men don't know these things, and because these men don't know what the woman wants, the men only end up giving the woman sex. They only end up using them. They only end up sleeping with them. Even when they are dating them or they marry them. So what happens to the woman is that she is left broken. She is left disappointed. She is left disillusioned. And after this, she's disillusioned and broken. Of course, they begin to fight because she's expressing her dissatisfaction, and he is not happy. He's saying, "What do you want?" and all that. So they have disagreement. So what happens now? Listen to this. This sequence of things that happen to this 65% of girls. So she breaks up with one boy, and then the next thing, she sees another. She is thinking that she's horrible and she will never fall in love again. She will never be loved again. Nobody will ever love her again. That she's not beautiful. So all kind of low self-esteem thing come over her. Now, what happens is this: when she's broken away from broken from that boy, and she's thinking that she's nothing, all of a sudden a man notices her. Because what happens is that when a girl is self-esteem and low self-esteem and lacks confidence, it is even easier for weak men to notice her. Men who are the aggressors, who also lack fathers, they begin to notice her. Or the ones who are weak, who are withdrawn, who couldn't approach a strong girl, they begin to notice that she is broken, she is disappointed, she is withdrawn, and she's sad. So they begin to take advantage of that and notice her situation. So she again believes the next man. And the next man, of course, begin to say, they begin to give her some care and something like that. And she begins to believe that, okay, that was a mistake. I made a mistake with John. I'm sure that Joshua will do better. Joshua will really do better. He's caring. She will hang on to one little good thing that one has shown her, that one maybe didn't show her, or and she begins another relationship. And before she knows it, she doesn't know that the man, even that Joshua, even that second man, does not know what a man is, and does not know her desires, and she does not know what she needs really. So he will do his best. He's trying to do his best. He's thinking he's doing his best. And of course, it leads to him sleeping with her again. And after sleeping with her, he loses interest, and she is still saying that she's not having what she needs. She's not receiving all the care that she needs. She's not receiving the protection. Even though she's sleeping, she's giving her everything. She's doing everything from her side, but she's not receiving the covering and the protection she needs. She's not receiving the affirmation and the covering and the pillar and and the foundation that she wanted. And she begins to be disillusioned again and feel herself empty. So they break away from that relationship. Then maybe a boy or maybe a friend of that boy noticed that the boy was treating her badly, and the friend of the husband or the friend of the boyfriend pays attention to her more. She sees, this kind of girls, either passive or active, they know they are in lack of, they are in need of attention. They lack attention. They are hungry for attention. They are hungry for any care. They respond to any care, to any attention. So when the friend of the boyfriend pays attention to her or notices her, then she falls in love with it, or maybe she doesn't fall in love, but she just tries that one, she begins to think, maybe he will give me this. So what happens is that the way we think that the women are most promiscuous and that women are prostitutes, or they're meeting with any other men, or they are sleeping with everybody, it's not because they are like that. It's because of what they need. So she's open. She's always living from hope to hope. She's always thinking that that one that has now paid her attention will give her that thing that she needs. She's hoping and thinking that, okay, maybe even though it's not, she knows in her head that it's not the right thing to be dating the boyfriend of my ex-boyfriend, or the friend of my ex-boyfriend, or the husband or the brother of my ex-boyfriend, or the, she knows things that are wrong in her head. But she also sees that she needs that attention. She also sees that she needs that care. So, and because she needs the care, she wants to try. Maybe it is with this one. Maybe this one will notice who I am. So she's always in the lookout for the person who will see who she is, who will notice her, who will give her protection, who will give her acceptance. Not the ones who will just notice her body. She's no more interested. And even if she was interested in the body before and she was, emptying her body or unveiling her body, she's no more interested in that so much. Even though she might still be doing that, but she's more interested in somebody noticing her for who she is. So she's always hoping that maybe that man, this next man, will see me for who I am. Maybe that next man will accept me for who I am. So when a girl gives the sex and gives the attention, she is hoping that in exchange to that, she will get that attention, that acceptance for her to know, and for them to notice who she is and to give her the care and the love that she is by herself, and for her being, as a girl, as a personality. So unfortunately, many people many men don't notice those things, and many men are not even aware that a girl is in need of anything, and they just, unfortunately, they just use them. And she suffers and pains and be heartbroken until she gives up. So those things lead to disillusionment of the girls, and and disappointment, and that's how they become promiscuous or prostitutes, like they call them. But they are not prostitutes by nature or by their heart. Don't let us brand these girls as prostitutes. Actually, let me tell you the silent cry of every girl and prostitute also. The silent cry is, please pay attention to me. Pay attention to me. I'm here. Notice me. Please notice me. I am good. Look, can't you see I am good? Can't you see me? I am good. Look at me. Can't you see me? I am here. I'm good. Look at me. Can you notice me? Look at me. I am Clara. I am Clara. Can you notice me? I am here. Are you seeing me? Am I beautiful? Am I nice? I am here. Look, can you see me? She's not thinking about her body. She's thinking about you seeing her. She's thinking about you seeing her person. She's not wanting. She's crying for you to notice her personality. Can you see me? Can you see me? Can you notice me? Am I nice? Am I beautiful? Am I accepted? Do I deserve to be loved? Do I deserve to be accepted? Do I deserve to be embraced? Am I accepted? Am I worth it? Am I deserving? Am I worthy of your attention? Am I worthy of your love? Pay attention to me. Do you see me? Can I be loved? Can I be accepted? Can I be received? That is the cry of the heart of every girl that grows up without a father. So that's a good title for a book, right? The silent cry of every girl. Oh wow, the silent cry of every girl. Maybe there is somebody there that might be in need. That might want to help me to turn this message into a book. I'm always looking for people who might want to help me convert all my messages to books. So if you are interested, let me know. Okay. Okay. What's the time? Ooh, wow. My time is over. Let's go ahead and share the link to this message if you have not yet shared it. And let me hear some of the things that you are saying. Let me hear some of the things that you people are saying. Okay, I said, Pastor, you are so on point. Yep. Yetunde said, Dr. Adelaja, this generation is different. They don't see anything wrong in dating the friends of their ex and even date their best friends. Yeah, because of their needs. They are just callous more. They are more callous and more desperate. Ojo Olakwe said, so sad, Pastor, but you are just on point. Shigo said, you know, women go through this phenomenon daily without even understanding why. Even they do what they do, and not to talk of the men. Yep. Omonike said, yes, those women with low self-esteem are always vulnerable, and they have multiple boyfriends because they need attention, looking for men that will love them genuinely. This is pathetic. Paul says, just because of a void of fatherhood, girls can fall prey. Fathers, don't take care. Don't let the community rape your daughters because you first abandoned her. That's good. Kelsey, but by the time these men show you pepper, you will have to wisen up and be strong. Experience sometimes is the best teacher. Nana said, it is only Jesus that can deliver women from the terror of men that goes by day and night in the name of so-called relationship. We need you, Lord, to cope in this perverse generation. Yeah, but one of the things that could protect the girls is to always have a decision never to sleep. That's why the Bible is so right. That don't sleep. Sex is only for marriage. Don't sleep. That is the biggest protection. Don't ever sleep with a man if you are not married. Because that at least will preserve the girl to some extent. But of course, maybe not totally, but it will protect. But more importantly, that don't sleep. Don't fall in love. Don't fall in love. Don't give your heart until you are married, or until somebody you are about to marry to, or you want to marry to, or you know for sure you are marrying. Fleck Karim Matip. This is how even pastors take advantage of their broken members. My personal decision was to not expect something from anyone. Yes, that's another solution. Don't expect things from men. Expect from God. Make God your source. Because expectations always hurt. Yeah. Pearl David, my classmate in my field, started picking me as a project partner in almost every class. I thought it was because she admired me and we work well together. Oh my God, she admired me all right. When I found out how she got her grades in school, oh Lord, I dumped her violently. She even begged. Thank God I was not compromised. Okay, I said this is a painful, a painful world. Yeah. Deborah Cole, many African descent are marrying Europeans because they thought they will enjoy their marriage, but in most cases, they find out they run from fire. They run from fire to fry pan, from fry pan to fire. Yeah, because it doesn't matter if they are Europeans and they also grew up with our fathers. The same thing. These consequences are the same for everywhere, everyone, every tribe, every continent. Isioma said, wow, it is such a bad cycle. both men and women are damaged by fatherlessness. Yes. Dina Oluwafumilaya, those without fathers have low self-esteem. They are used, abused, even when they are married. Yep. Maji Yagbe Agape. Wow, my God, what a life. I hope they rescue such women from their spouses. I've never heard that one before. Calling another man to sleep with their wife before they have sex with them. I have only heard of men that look for men to sleep with their wife because they can't and they don't want the lady to leave them, mostly in Western world. Mashu, some men take advantage of weak women and subject them to all sorts of evil. God have mercy. Monica, Pastor Sunday, this is a sad story and this happens because of low self-esteem. This is so emotional. Men always make such women go through a lot. This is very bad. Yep. Kelsey says, I heard a family friend who had a job in the bank, but because of what she experienced, she had to leave. She was married. Pearl says 95%, for your information, 95% of ladies in prison in America are there because of a man. Daddy issue, crime of passion, to name a few. Yeah, Flair says these women are afraid of being abandoned, so they do everything to please their partner. Ojo Lakwe said, thank God that was delivered by salvation in Christ. I have to learn that God is my Father and who through the word know my worth. Right. Oluwafumi said, Lord, help us raise our daughters, both biological and spiritual, correctly, in Jesus' name. Omonike said, Pastor, I grew up with my father, but he was a disciplinarian. He loved me, but only wants me to be serious with my studies. When I was growing up in the boarding school, I never smiled with any boy, even in my class, because I was told by my parents that boys were distractions. Yeah, you see, it's very important how we are brought up. Ojo Lakwe said, a lot of ladies are in depression because the rise of teenage pregnancy, and that's the reason for rise of teenage pregnancies, yeah, because they don't have fathers. Omonike, Pastor Sunday, I thank you for your teachings. May the Lord grant you more grace and anointing. God bless you. You too. Nkiru, Dr. Adelaja, all you said I have done, but what could be done? What could be the cause of my behavior? Because I had a wonderful dad. He still inspires me even while dead. Yeah, he must be a wonderful father, but did he invest himself into you personally, giving you fatherly protection and that affirmation of your worth? And did he teach you, your value? It depends. You know, you might have a father that is there that is good, but did he walk with you personally? Did he affirm you? Did he walk, did he instill these things in you? Because these things that we are talking about now is what the father is supposed to bring. It's not just the availability of the man, but his ability to be able to walk with the baby girl and give, not with the children, and give them that thing that they lack. If he did and you lost it, it means you didn't value it. It means you didn't value who he was, or it means you didn't value what he was giving you. So, okay, a father might be there who did everything from his part, but if the child didn't notice it and he didn't value it, he didn't take it, he's still looking for it outside. It is when he loses what he has that he begins to value what he had. Yesterday said, I can't thank you enough, Dr. Adelaja. Every message here is a new discovery to me. In fact, this is my discovery channel. If not for you, how would I know all these things? Wow, solid and life transforming teaching. I'm screaming. Gladys Nwosu, I am married to a European man. He's the best thing that has happened to me. I can't even imagine myself with an African man for all I have done through with I'm through with Africa. No way. Thank God, thank God. Ufoma, don't accept gifts from men. Don't give your heart away. Know yourself. Draw boundaries with men. Use your head. Don't assume, but always demand clarity. Let the love of God be your ultimate love. Thank you, Pastor. I see what you are saying all around me. Yep. That is the best advice for girls right here. Ojolakwe said, without knowing my history, some people ask me why I'm always drawn to so-called troublesome young ladies at my church. I am able to identify the same traits and try to advise them to try to make different choices to break the cycle. Yeah. Flair Karen says, oh, Pastor, it seems you have been so short this time. Hope there is another session for women on this topic. Yes, tomorrow morning, I will talk more about the women tomorrow morning. Yeah, this is not all. This is just for today. But I'm going to try to talk more tomorrow and to finish up the topic tomorrow. But tonight we'll be having Ask Pastor Sunday, and we'll be having live program as well. We'll be having testimony time. She Sandra say, thank you, sir. More grace and anointing. You are indeed a God sent. Love you. Shioma, thank you, Pastor, for doing justice to this issue of fatherhood. It is a deep pain in my heart, and I do not have any choice but to help my generation with this message, especially the women. Pearl David, Pastor, can you please address boys and men on this platform reaching out to single ladies on this platform who are open to the process and their experiences? Because I am prompted to do a video, but I choose to honor you to speak to them out of love rather than my anger. All the ladies are in agreement to tell our Father, Pastor Sunday. Thank you, sir. So I don't understand what you mean. Somebody has to talk to me, and you have to explain that to me. Do you mean, what are they doing? Do they want a wife, or are they calling? What happened? What is happening? You have to let me know what is happening. I've got to understand the situation before I speak. And I will tell you that most of the men you are talking about, maybe they are not really based on this platform all the time. Maybe they are just visiting this platform once in a while. So let me know. Maybe you could write me personally, Pearl, and let me know what you are talking about. I still don't get it fully. I have to have full understanding. For Lashadi, thank you, my dearest Pastor Dr. Adelaja. Okay. Deborah Cole, Pastor, we can't thank you enough. Information are available, but we get knowledge from you daily. You will not go weary. The right hand of God will uphold you till the end in Jesus' name. God bless you, sir, and your unborn generation. Much love from all of us. Thank you. Fola Shade said she has received a healing right here. Thank God. Gladys says, thank you so much, my father, my mentor. You are actually healing me here. Wow. Sandra says, I will definitely watch this again. So much vital information in here. Yep. Comfy, thank you very much, Pastor, for teaching the truth about men to the girls, because many men take advantage of girls. God bless you for the time. Nena says, the sad thing about this suffering of women is their continuous perseverance in this pursuit of love that is far-fetched from wicked and terrible, uncaring men. God have mercy. Boutros Haga, thank you so much, Pastor, for these precious teachings. I want to ask, what would you advise women to do so they might feel and meet that need for care and attention towards them? And what will you advise us as men to meet that need of care and attention to women around us? Well, what I will advise the women, I already said it, the women have to find a mentor. The women have to find a mentor, especially maybe an elderly woman, an older woman, or an older man, or an uncle or brother, or somebody that could really be there, maybe a pastor, someone that will really be there to help them. That's number one. Number two, the women have to learn the truth, because sometimes you learn the truth and the truth shall set you free. Number three, they need to know what is wrong with them. What are the things happening to them? Because when they understand what is really happening, then they will be able to fight against it. And next point, they need to have personal relationship with God the Father and make that fill their void as well. And number five, they need to be careful how they relate to boys and their attitude and reactions to men, because men misunderstand them. Now, and for the men, what should the men do? The men should know that, first of all, women are not looking for sex partners. Women are not looking for them to sleep with them. Women are looking for them as fathers. That, first of all, men are supposed to be just fathers, to father them, to protect them, to look after. Even when it appears to men as if it is sex they are looking for, we should still withdraw ourselves and try to give them the thing that they need most, which is protection, which is care, which is fatherly love. And if we could do that, we'll be able to save a lot of people from a lot of trouble. Olayinka Abraham, thank you, Pastor. This is another course in the school of raising a great child. Love you, sir. Darlene says, sir, I'm sick, I need prayers and thanks. So I agree with you right now, Darlene, in Jesus' name, for total healing. I rebuke any sickness. I rebuke that nausea feeling and the feeling to vomit. In Jesus' name, I proclaim soundness, health, strength, and healing to you right now. In Jesus' name. Fumi Jeboda, this series will help ladies of young girls and young girls, will help a lot of young girls if it can be taught to girls before. Yeah, well, we have to. That's why we need to spread the word. That's why we need to spread the word. Olufumilayo said, I've decided to look out for girls and single ladies with low self-esteem and with the background you taught today and be a blessing to them. Beautiful. Beautiful. Michael Afolabi, thank you very much, sir. I'm blessed. How can you join? How can we join you on live Sunday service? I think they are going to have live broadcasts on YouTube. We normally have it on YouTube, and maybe it's going to be on Facebook too. I will, or you can just go to our website, godembassy.com, godembassy.com. Doris Ngere, I hope some pastors will connect to this platform because a lot can be learned that can help them with counseling their members. God bless you, sir, for answering the call of God. Maji Yajbe Agape, thank you, Pastor Sunday, so much for all this teaching. I'm going to make sure my girls marry the man that will cherish them by making sure I don't just leave her to go, but keep checking her. I think this is why some mother-in-law are being painted wrongly. Yep. Okay, I said, Pastor, for a child to value a thing, it needs to be taught. First, we as children need to be guarded. Yep. Caroline says, some women with great fathers idolize their fathers and overly trust men because they never had to distrust their father. Yeah, that's another problem. They can end up in abusive relationship. Yeah, a lot of men, a lot of women who had good fathers, they think that all men are like that. And because their father was good, they begin to trust all men and treat all men like their fathers and fall into the wrong hands. Yes, you are right. Ladi Shorunke said, from all that we are learning, I think it was easier for me to submit to God's leading since I really have only my grandmother as a father. Same with me, as well as mother figure. I married late because I decided I don't want to marry for fear of failure as a father and husband. Thank God for my wife, solid upbringing. She made our union perfect. Yeah, thank God. Gladys says, very true, sir. Women must learn the truth, put God first. Also, women should have strong principles. I grew up with no father, but I added value to myself. I refuse to be abused by any person because I know who I am in Christ. Yep. Strong principles. Yeah, it's from Christ, from the Bible, from the Word. Ufoma said, that is why we have the Marvelous Girls Club. If you are in London, Southeast, come with your daughters to our open day at the link Thamesmead on 17 December at 12 p.m. Well, thank you so very much, everyone, for your time. It was nice talking to you and having this opportunity to spend the time with you. Have a wonderful day. Blessing. Bye.